Hi, Tom from BKM Nutrition, and today's video I want to talk about the importance of accountability and having an accountability partner in order to make sure you get the results that you're wanting to. Now, if you are a business person or entrepreneur, then you'll know the importance of having some sort of business coach or someone keeping you in check while you're growing your business. It is exactly the same principle if you are looking to do any sort of body transformation. You need to have someone there who is keeping you accountable to your actions, because it's very, very easy to lie to yourself and to not do the things that the goals that you set yourself back when you were quite motivated a few weeks ago. Now, this happens a lot, say with New Year's. People start New Year's with, oh, it's New Year's, so I'm going to eat clean, I'm going to go to gym 4 times a day, I'm going to this and this and this and this, all these New Year's resolutions. And they might write it down on a piece of paper or something, stick it on the fridge, and you know that in 10 days, 2 weeks, they haven't done half of those things, and they haven't even done maybe one of those things. And what happens is very quickly it becomes, oh, that's a lot of effort. Then the initial motivation from writing the list has gone. They've encountered friction, and they've encountered all the other life events that are happening which are preventing them changing their habits, and before you know it, they're not doing any of them. So an accountability partner will make sure you hit your targets, will give you new ideas for what you're doing. Now, an accountability partner doesn't have to be a coach. It doesn't have to be like a life coach or a nutritionist or a PT or anything like that. It can be a group of people. So say things like Weight Watchers groups, Slimming World groups. Although I'm not a fan of that particular method of dieting, they are very good for the group accountability. And so when you're going there, it's like, you know, if you haven't lost weight, you do get pretty much hauled over the coals for it, and that's not something I agree with. But the accountability of going to that group for the week can motivate a lot of people. The same with a WhatsApp group or a Facebook group where people are always working towards a common goal. Having the accountability, someone in the group saying, right, what's your goals for Monday, and what we're doing to do is look at Wednesday, see where you are, and then look at Friday and see what you've accomplished. A good accountability group will have all those things in, and I'm in accountability groups for my businesses, where on Monday they will post up what's your goals for this week, Wednesday, how you get on with those goals, and then Friday, you know, where have you got, why haven't you completed the goals, what can you do to make them better next time. That's having rigid accountability, and it's really important for keeping you focused and on track, because the other thing is what happens is people set themselves unrealistic goals, and a good accountability partner will look at them and go, they're too lofty, those goals are too big for you to accomplish in this space of time. It's almost like if you looked at Everest and say, well, let's go on, let's crack on and get to the top in a day. That's not going to happen. You have to have certain base camps where you get to and camp out and stop and rest, and then go to the next one and go to the next one. It's exactly the same when you have an accountability partner. When you're trying to do something with your life, you need to have stages which you're going to do it, because no one ever runs a marathon, just gets out of bed and decides they're going to run a marathon. No one grows loads of muscle and looks better overnight. No one loses body fat overnight, so they have to drop 3 dress sizes. All that stuff happens over time, and the consistency of action that you put in place, and an accountability partner will keep you on track. A good accountability partner, that is, will keep you on track and keep you focused towards those goals. Now, if you don't have an accountability partner, the only person you've got holding you to those goals is yourself. And it's very, very easy to make an excuse to yourself as to why you haven't done that. And it's always something to do with other things in your life. Oh, that happened, so I couldn't do this. Oh, this happened, so I couldn't do this. And we're very rarely do we look at the stuff that we failed to do and go, that was my fault. I didn't do this thing, so that failed. Because we don't like to inflict that upon ourselves. Now, some people who are that critical, I'm that type of self-critical person, I'll look at the things I haven't done and go, that's my fault, I need to take accountability for that and then move on for it. Many people aren't like that, and they will just go, that's someone else's fault, why I haven't done that. And an accountability partner will stand up and say, actually, that's your fault, mate, but here's how we can solve it. Here's what we can put in place to help you solve it. Now, there are some coaches who, when you fail at your goals, will blame you and say it's all your fault. You should have stuck to the plan. You should have done this. You should have done that, without looking at the reasons why that happened. Because there is always a reason why you haven't accomplished your goals. the secret, the trick to it is finding out why didn't you get that goal? Why didn't that happen? Then you work back from all the things and say, right, okay, now we need to change this to make sure all these things happen so that happens. A good accountability partner will do that, and it's hard to do that yourself. All the best businessmen, they all have mentors, coaches, whatever, people they talk to, bounce ideas off to make sure they're doing the right thing. And you should have that yourself. If you're trying to do any sort of body transformation, you should have someone who you trust, who's not a friend, who's not a relative, who's not the person you live with, because there's all of this confounding factors there. Someone who is almost neutral, who will say, that's down to you, let's do this instead, and let's do that instead, to make sure you get the results. Accountability partner cannot be someone who you're in a relationship with, cannot be someone you have so close social contact with, because they potentially will be afraid of telling you like it is, and if they do tell you like it is, it's highly likely you'll fall out with them, and that's not a good idea. It's why I never work with girlfriends on diets or as PT clients. It's why I train other coaches, other coaches, partners, is why I do nutrition for other coaches, partners, because it never works trying to do it for your partner. So don't try and ask them to keep you to account. It will just cause an argument. Have someone independent outside your friend circle who's going to do it for you. So Facebook groups are a great way of doing this. WhatsApp groups potentially as well. I wouldn't go to Slim World or Weight Watchers if I were you. I just don't like that sort of setup. Or you can just get a one-to-one coach. You know, you can pay for a one-to-one coach to help you. Or there's also masterminds you can join, and the mastermind is a group working towards a common goal, and they will keep you accountable. So there's lots of options there. There's lots of things you can do to get you to your goal. But the overriding factor here is have an accountability partner. Have someone who's going to keep you on track, keep you focused on your goals, and who's not going to put up with your rubbish. Okay, so I hope this video helped. Maybe I need to look at your own diet, your own plans, your own training systems to see if maybe someone can come and help with that, or a group can help with that. Hope this video was helpful. If you found it helpful, please like, share, comment, etc., etc. And I will see you on the next video.